alerts. They get
Uh,
alerts when we come on. We are live. Yes, we are. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, South Florida. Hello, world. This is Robert Henderson Jr., president, founder, and what I want to say, president, founder, CEO of the Henderson Financial, all them titles, man. That's why I dropped all them other titles, man. I dropped all the other stuff, man, because I'm me.
hey,
And
hey,
joining me
Rob.
live here is my brother from another mother, Mr. James T. Thomas. How you doing, brother?
Oh man, I'm great. Hey, folks, let me tell you, this man works before work, after work, doing work. Yeah. So he is constantly busy. We were on the
Uh,
phone this morning, and then he was on the phone after he got into the office. And hey, so we apologize for being late. But Rob, what I want to tell all of our viewers and listeners, no matter whether they're currently on, wait, let me go to check out if they're checking in. Once they check in, one of the things that we truly do want them to do is to check us out on, of course, the Facebook and the YouTube, but subscribe and share. Remember
yeah,
that.
that's important.
SNS. Subscribe and share. Hey, Rob, we're living in treacherous times, and people. I'm getting so many calls of people being fearful, people being concerned. It's tax time, and oh man, I have relatives and friends in the D.C. Maryland area.
Yes.
Rob, it's and many of them are somehow tied to governmental jobs, whether it's them personally or their families. So there is great concern, and it's all over the country. But hey, so we want to say to, of course, listeners and our viewers that you've got to realize that no matter what, it's gonna be all right. Rob, it's
It's
gonna be
gonna
all
be
right.
all
It's
right.
it's gonna be all
It's
right.
gonna be all right. You know, so
Yes, that should be that should be one of the hit songs as well. like Boots on the Ground. It's gonna be all right.
it's gonna be all right. Trouble come but don't last, right? Hey,
Woo,
you,
Rob.
you know, You know, there's a lot of people, James, in terms of right now with this administration. A lot of people that voted on the administration, half the country voted on the administration. But it's amazing how, like I said, this stuff is better than HBO. There's a lot of people. It's better than HBO, better than Hulu, better than Amazon Prime in terms of movies. But I mean, this stuff is better than Netflix. I mean, this stuff that's happening right now, man. Oh man, the
But
country's never seen anything like it.
Robert, you know what I wish that people would also do, along with all the other things that they're doing to make a statement as to how they feel about what's happening. I just really wish that people would do daily journaling. Even if you just put a line of how you felt today, what your thought, just put down you can start with your thoughts. It doesn't have to be anything profound or whatever. Hey, because sometimes in order for us to really recognize the sovereignty of God is we have to reflect. And the beautiful thing about reflections, Rob, is even when we were in pain, we can remember maybe the date and the time, but by remembering, it doesn't bring back the pain. But you can see that even with that, I came through.
Yeah,
Isn't that an awesome thing that we can go back just as we reflect sometimes of when we didn't know what we now know, and what we now know we know is not all there is to be known.
yeah.
Yeah, and we're continuing to grow. So man, as a matter of fact, I spoke at a church. I want to give a shout out to last Sunday. It was I spoke at Friendship Baptist Church in, I think I want to get it right. I think it's Dania, Hallandale. Hey, in that area in South Florida. I want to shout out to Pastor, uh, and of course Ms. Atkins and all of them. But here's one of the things, Rob, that we have to realize is that all that we face, every challenge we face, even when we fail, failure is only failure if you don't learn the lesson.
That's
If
true.
you, yeah, if we err in our thinking or in our deed, and we learn the lesson, hey, it was a class. They could be some call it a master class. Yeah. So we good morning, everybody. For those that are just joining us, we're asking you to please do two things: SNS, share, and of course, hey, subscribe. And that's on our YouTube or our Facebook page. But Mr. Henderson, so what are you going to do to save us from ourselves? Save us from
Well,
ourselves,
well,
Mr.
well,
J.
but James, you know how I feel about that. I don't think. Matter of fact, you know, I, I believe in universal law, and you know that I've always said that no man can save another man. You have to save yourself. You always have to do it. I
Well,
can
help
tell
us to
you,
save ourselves, Robert.
yeah, yeah, help you save yourself. Now, I could give you an idea. I can tell you look over there. I can tell you don't go in that swamp because the alligator in the swamp. But I can't make you not go in that swamp. I mean, I can tell you where the water is, where the beach is, but I can't make you go in the beach. So what I like to do is I like to say I want to expose and expose people to what's going on out there and things that they could do, because God knows, man. Listen, I got 5 children and all 5 of them are different. They came from me, Natalie, but they all 5 different. They all got their own personality. This is my life, Dad. I know what you're saying. I'm so sick and tired of hearing, Dad, you was right. that don't help me by Dad, you was right. Just do it. Just believe me what I said, so my goal is here at the Henderson Financial Group is to inspire, to enlighten, to bring you awareness. Now it's up to you to drink it. I can't make you drink it, and I don't try anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm not even upset with you if you don't drink of what I say or even believe what I say, because we all have choice. We really do. So my goal is just to expose. Today, James, I want to talk about something that's dear to me that I have myself. I don't discuss stuff with you all. There's something that I don't believe and I don't do myself. I really don't. In other words, it's like I don't eat pork. So if I started a restaurant, I'm not gonna sell y'all pork because I don't eat pork. Y'all got to get pork chop down the street. But if I don't do it for myself, if I don't believe in it, I cannot back it. I just can't. And I have to first test it out before I tell you about it. You follow me? I have to. As a matter of fact, there's a company that I found that does wills and trusts. I had to test them out first. And reason why, and I'm going to put them on my website, and you guys can go in there and just log in, and I can help you, or you could just do your own wills, do your own trust. And I'm so excited about that. We're probably going to have it up in the next few weeks. I'm going to tell you about it, y'all, when it's up, and y'all can go on the website. And so many people don't have a living trust, or they don't have a will, or they don't have healthcare surrogates. I mean, they don't directives. A lot of things, quick claim deeds. They don't have that. And the reason why I do this kind of stuff is because I feel what I want for myself, I want for my fellow man, my fellow brother, my fellow sister. I want that. And that's how, I get my blessings. That's how we at the Henderson Financial Group have been in business for over 30 years. Now, today, I'm going to tell you about something that I have. And I'm going to tell you how I got it. Matter of fact, and I'm going to tell you why I got it. And it's called a HSA card. It's a health savings card. Let me see here if I can pull it out. I'm gonna show y'all. And I'm gonna tell you why I got it. Because listen, man, ain't no shame in my game. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. I told y'all my father was a drunk, and my mom left me in the middle of the night in Chicago. And we had no money living in Opa-locka. And she said, Junior, you ain't got no money. And they said, why? I said, man, why you working 3 jobs and we still talking about you broke? Ain't got no money. I said, when I grow up, I ain't gonna be working not to have nothing, and I ain't gonna be spending all my money. So I said, matter of fact, since we ain't got no money, let me study money. That's right. So that's how I started with me. All right. This card right here, this my Robert Henderson card. I have one for my wife, Natalie Henderson. It is called a HSA card, health savings card. Now, let me tell y'all how this came about for me. And when I tell y'all that, I want you to relate to yourself and see, does this something that you could use? Maybe you could, maybe you can't. But I want you to understand why I got this card and why I'm talking about it to you, and it's available to you. Okay, now back in when Obamacare came out, I want to say this probably was back in 2016. No, let me see, probably 2015. I had regular health insurance for me and my family, and it was me and my family. Actually, it was just me, Natalie, and my young baby daughter Jasmine, and it was $1,000 a month for health insurance. And I wanted to have major medical health insurance, okay? And it was $1,000 a month. And then the next year it went up to $1,200 a month, you know. And we wasn't going to the doctor. I mean, it was just in case we get sick. You know, it's kind of like that auto insurance. You're a good driver, but just in case you got to pay for auto insurance, you know, and they keep the money. I always hated that just in case. And they keep
you don't use
money.
it. You don't go to the doctor, but they keep the money.
If you don't use it, you lose it. I always hate that concept, but the rich people got rich off that concept. I want y'all to be thinking about how you can do something where you can give people a service, but if they don't use it, they lose it, and you keep the money. Next year, start over. Okay. Anyway, all right. So this was probably 2014, 2015, and I was paying $1,000 a month for healthcare, and that's when we didn't have. And still today, we don't have a good national healthcare plan. You know that? All right. And everybody knows that healthcare is very expensive. So I said, man, I gotta have it. And it was like $1,000 a month for me, my wife, and Jasmine. So then Jasmine was under 18 years old. So anyway, so next year it went to $1,200 a month. And then the following year, it went to $1,400 a month. I'm like, what the hell? I said, man, at this point, I need to just go check in the hospital for a week and watch TV and eat some Jello and have them serve me. I said, because we're not even going, we just get our normal routine checkup. This thing, it's a lot. And I had some clients that was paying, they had that Blue Cross Blue Shield. They would come in, I said, you got health insurance? I said, yeah, I pay $1,000 a month and my wife pay $1,000. I said, that's $2,000 a month. I said, that's $24,000 a year y'all paying. When the last time you checked in the hospital? He said, man, we ain't never checked into the hospital. I said, Jesus Christ, most people don't even save $2,000 a month for retirement, for savings and investment. And you, just in case you get sick, okay? So I thought I was doing okay with me, my wife, and my young child, you know, at 1,000, but it went to 15. So then what happened was they said, listen, Robert, next year it's going to be $1,700 a month. I said, that's over $20,000. I said, keep going up every year. So I couldn't really qualify for Obamacare because the kind of money I was making, but I was saying, okay, Jesus Christ. So then this Jewish guy, okay, I learned a lot from people that don't look like me. This guy said, Robert, I said, what y'all using? Other financial advisors. I said, what y'all using? And they said, man, we're using this thing called MediShare. I said, what's that MediShare? He says, man, we pay $400 a month. I said, what? What? I said, for who? He said, me, our family. I said, is it insurance? They say it's a health savings like insurance, but you can't call it insurance. The insurance company who ripping us off, they will protest, and you know they can't claim that. So it's a health saving plan. And I said, what does it really cover? I said, because you know I'm not sickly. They said for major medical. Man, I called them people, James. I call MediShare. They got it in Atlanta. They got, you know, it might not be called MediShare, but it's a health saving plan. I was trying to find out how to cover myself in case of some catastrophic happen. All right. Something deep, you know what I mean? Where you have to have surgery, you know, something major medical. That's all I really wanted, you know? And so I got that. And it was down, as a matter of fact, it was $450 a month for myself, my wife, and my daughter, Jasmine, my baby. $450. I was like, yes, that was pretty good. Now, I had that card, but that was just in case anything catastrophic would happen, you know, any major stuff, you know. I can pay for the little small stuff, dentist stuff. But then I found out when I went to the dentist, or if I went to, you know, get my eyes checked, they would give a discount. whatever the cost was, they'll use the car and they will give it a discount. Sometimes it's 50%, sometimes it's 75%, sometimes it's 25%, but it was better than me paying out of pocket. But hospitalization, they will take care of that. Then they said, Robert, when you get this car, the reason why yours is $450 for 3 people, adults, is because if you want a low deductible, then your monthly payment is going to be $800 a month. And I say, what do you mean a low deductible? Meaning that if you have to go to the hospital, your wife or anybody have to go to the hospital for an operation, if you have a low deductible, what you're telling the organization is you don't want to pay nothing. You want to pay the least amount. So therefore, if you want to pay the least amount to the Medicare company, then it's like you're saying, if I sneeze and I have to go to the hospital, I want y'all to pay everything. So you got to look at it from their point of view. They say, okay, you can easily sneeze and then you have to go to the hospital. So we're going to charge you more a month because we don't know when you're going to sneeze. You know what I mean? So they charge you more a month. So this is the point I'm making out of this. When you have a low deductible, if you have car insurance and you have $0 or $100 deductible, what you actually saying to the insurance company is, if somebody just scratched my car, all I want to pay is $100, and I want y'all to fix it. That's not really fair, especially if you got $100 or $500 in your savings account. If you say, no, I'm going to pay the first $500 if anything happened, then the insurance company say, oh, okay, well, I know you don't want to pay $500, so you're going to be a little careful if anything happens. So we're going to make your monthly payments lower. There's a trade-off. Anytime y'all walking around here bragging, talking about I got a $0 deductible or I have a low deductible, you're playing the insurance game wrong. So with my health savings claim, when it came to my health, they said, Robert, do you want a low deductible? Meaning that if you go to the hospital, at the state hospital, you only have to pay, $500. Your monthly payment is going to be higher because the insurance companies can't see you. And all of a sudden you call up and say you're going to the hospital because, you hurt your back or you got to have an operation. They're going to charge you a lot of money monthly because they don't know when something going to happen to you. But if you say, like I said, hey, listen, I want a $5,000 deductible. Insurance company say, what? So you almost self-insurance. Okay, so you're going to pay the first $5,000 if you only, now if I have to go to the dentist, now if I have to get a checkup, but if I have to go to the hospital and stay there for a couple of days, I'm going to pay the first $5,000. I'm saying, I got y'all, insurance company. So insurance company say, oh, you on that side. Okay, we ain't going to charge for you, Natalie, and your daughter. We're going to charge y'all $450 for the whole month because we know that if anything major happened, you got it. You got the first $5,000, and then we cover the rest. That's how you want to deal with insurance. Now, that's the same principle and the same concept now if you got an auto. Any of y'all driving around and y'all got your auto insurance and y'all keep saying it going up. When I look at your deductible and they say $100 or $500, now you know you got that. If you want to lower your monthly premium, say you pay the first $1,000 because you know these damn cars, they don't make them like they do. If somebody just blow on them, it's $1,000.
Oh, Rob. And let me, while you're on that note, here's something else that most people don't understand. Because see, when I deal with people, yeah, I talk a lot, but guess what? I listen more. Okay. And I ask those questions that they normally don't get. So do you know when they total your car? Your car could be running fine. You bump into someone, boom, 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 the front, may not even have to change the hood or whatever. And all that stuff is plastic anyway, most of it, the bumper and all that. But anyway, guess what? When you get an estimate of the repair cost, they then look at what the repair cost is being estimated at and what they determine to be the value of your car. And they want to total it. They will total that car out. And then, of course, there's other options that you could do, which I won't get into. But I want people to understand, as you talk about that deductible, sometimes it is better for you to have that high deductible, and you pay for the repairs of the car because you can get it repaired cheaper than what that company that they certify from the insurance company. You can get it repaired at a lesser rate or lesser cost because they're estimating, saying, "Oh, well, the frame may be bent." Well, the frame may not be bent. Hey, someone bumped into you, or you bumped into someone. Now, the only other part about that, is also when, I guess, if you cause the accident. So you have to look at, like you were saying, Rob, you want to weigh both sides, what you can afford and what you're willing to do. If you want to get a lower monthly rate, then you want to pay, quote unquote, a higher deductible just in case something major happens.
That's right. So that concept, that when it comes to deductible, I don't care if it's for auto insurance, I don't care if it's for homeowners insurance, and if it's for health insurance. That deductible, if you increase the deductible amount, your monthly payment is going to drop. But if you say, no, you want to have no deductible, or $100 deductible, or $500 deductible, then your monthly payment is going to be high. So I want y'all to look at auto insurance coverage and see what your deductible is. I want you to also look at your homeowners insurance. A lot of people, homeowner insurance, if you raise your deductible, your premium going to come down. And then I want you to look at your health insurance. I know you want to pay nothing, but if the washer don't get you, the rinse will. In other words, if you figure you getting over on them, they're going to hit you. They're going to get you. If you figure you want no deductible, or they're going to sock it to you monthly. Okay. So let's go back to this health savings card that I'm talking about. So I told them, people, give me a high deductible. That's why my monthly payment for my medical health insurance sharing plan was only $450 a month. Okay. Now, if I made it, since I made it $5,000 that I have to pay, I said, how do I deduct that? Can I write that off?
Ooh.
Well, if you can only get a HSA card, a health savings account card, like I just showed y'all. You can only get that if you have a high deductible. So what is considered high deductible? The IRS, yes, the IRS is involved in this. The IRS is about money. The IRS says if your deductible is at least, your personal deductible is for health insurance is at least $1,650, then you can get a health savings card. And for a family, for the whole family, if you got to pay the first $3,300, then you qualify for a health savings. That's what they call a high deductible plan. So hell, when they say, if I say, you know what, give me an $8,000. So, $8,000, I'm going to pay for the hospitalization. Now, let me tell you something. A lot of people will be afraid because they don't have $8,000. But with the health savings plan, you know what? You could take money instead of putting that stupid 401k plan. You could take some money and put it into the HSA card. You can load it up. You can actually put the $8,000 on that card. When you put it there, you get a tax deduction on your income taxes. So when the man get ready to do your income taxes, you can say, oh, instead of an IRA or 401k, you say, oh, I put money into a health savings. That coming right off the top. So in other words, if you made $10,000 and you said you put $8,000 in the health savings, now you only have to pay tax on $2,000. But then you get a zero exemption for yourself. So now you're going to pay no taxes. All right. So I said, oh my God, I could actually, if I have to go to the hospital, anybody, and stay in the hospital, because y'all know you go to the hospital, you just stay there one night, it's $10,000, right? So, but if I put $8,000 in a savings account, which is a health savings HSA plan, health savings account, if I load it up and put it in there, I get a deduction on my income taxes. And when I put the money in that account, guess what? I could take the money that's in there and I can buy investments. Yeah. I can take and buy Apple, Amazon. I could buy any stock. I could buy a mutual fund. So it grows tax free. Can you believe that? And after it grows tax free, now when I get ready to go to the dentist if I go to get my eyes, if I go anything to do with medical, I can actually use that card and pay for it. And I'm getting a tax deduction. That is, listen, that's slam dunk. I don't know if I went too fast, but I'm gonna tell you, that is slam dunk. Now, if you're working now, and James, do you know I'm 66 years old now? So I got off that health savings thing when I turned 65. I got my Medicare, and do you know I can pay my Medicare premiums with my HSA card? And every time I pay it, I get a tax deduction off my income tax. Can you believe that? Yes. And right there, if y'all look at your tax return, whatever you file, you're going to see a line there that says, IRA deduction. Do you have anything? Do you have a 401k deduction? And it's going to be right there. What did you put in your HSA? How much you put in there for deduction? I'm telling you. And then a lot of people put money into that HSA card, and they get a big deduction, and they invest it into investments that go higher. And guess what? It never expires. And then you can use the card. And then when you're 65 years old, you could really use the card like a Roth, but it's for medical, but you could use it. It's tax-free. That is absolutely incredible.
That's why they need to contact the Henderson Financial Group so that you can have Antonio or yourself, or Tavares, or Heisey, help people to better know how there are different strategies of getting the coverage that you need, but also reaping the benefit of getting such so that you can, pay less taxes or zero taxes.
That's right. So some people say, well, Rob, how am I get one? I'm on Medicare. Let me tell you something. So when you file for Social Security, they take out for your health insurance automatically, $174. You can say, no, I'm gonna pay with my health savings, or you get reimbursed with your health savings card. And I'm telling you, man, the things that we don't know, because a lot of people don't tell you, but we need all these little nuggets to help us get around. You need to get a health savings card. Now, if you don't know how to get one, all you got to do is call me. Now, you may say, Rob, they're calling you because you're going to benefit from this. No, because listen, my company here, we have a relationship, a financial institution relationship, trading, open up accounts with Schwab. And Schwab has a HSA card. And we also trade with RBC, Royal Bank of Canada. So if you want to buy stocks or whatever. So they offer that. But they offer it with a fee. So I can get that. But I'm so frugal and I'm so cost effective. I went to I ain't going to tell the company. Y'all got to call me. I don't get nothing off of it. But I told y'all I do stuff for me personally to benefit. Then I tell you all about it. So in other words, I'm telling you all why I got an HSA card. I put money in it every year. And the thing about it is, for 2024, you have to put it in by April 15 for 2024. So let's just say you don't have an IRA, but you know that you're going to be going to the doctor. If you get a HSA card, even though 2024, the year is closed, but you need to get some tax deductions, and you can get up to $8,000 for it. You can actually take money and load it up on an HSA card. You got to do it by April 15 of 2025 to get a tax deduction for 2024. And you load that card up, you're going to get $8,000 deduction off of your income taxes. And when you say you load the card up, where the money go, Rob? The money goes into, I help you, savings and investments. It goes into, like I said, you can put it into, NVIDIA, you can put it in Apple, you can put it in Microsoft, you can put it in Home Depot, whatever, or you can just put it into a mutual fund that has 500 different companies, or you just leave it in cash. And then they send you a card for you and your wife, or just you, And then when you go get your eyeglass check, or you go to the dentist and you got to pay the little copay or whatever, you use it. Now, even if you're working, I want you to always express to get a high deductible medical card, because you save money. Because if you're trying to get a health plan and you don't want to pay nothing, then you don't want no deductible, then you're gonna pay a lot monthly. It's a trade-off, and you got to understand how the game works. You have to show the insurance companies that you in with them. Hey, you looking out. You're not gonna go out there and just push your car in the middle of the street and let somebody hit it, and then you don't pay no deductible, and that insurance company got to get it fixed. No, you say, no, I'm gonna pay the first $5,000. Now
They gonna total it.
they total it, and let me tell you something. They total, and a friend of mine, he just got a 2024 Honda Sports Hybrid. They totaled somebody's car. They had 2,000 miles on it. And just because they hit the back of it, just like what you're saying, the insurance companies totaled it. So he went online to the auction, look at all these cars, and he bought it for $15,000. He bought it for $15,000, and then he had his man around the corner fix the back of it for $2,000. Can you believe
Rob?
it?
Yeah, no, Rob.
And
I not only believe it, I know it to be true.
And he's driving a 2024 car. Pretty. It's a hybrid. I got inside of it to say, hey, let me take it for a test drive. I got inside of it, and it's a hybrid, and I put I mashed the little button, and I said, when it's gonna turn on? He says it's on. He says it's a hybrid. It's electric and gas. He says it's on, Robert. I said, I don't hear nothing. He got a high. Listen, let me tell you something, man. The things that we don't know. So y'all going out there getting them high monthly payments and doing all that kind of stuff. Man, y'all don't know, man. That's not how the rich get richer. The rich don't get richer spending their money and just foolishness, man. Y'all hear about the ones that be lavishly, all out in the yachts and all that. But it's a whole lot of people that got a lot of money, and they can go to Walmart and you don't even know who they are. They walk around. I'd rather be rich and not famous. That is how that's good when you rich and not famous, not even recognizable. I feel sorry for people who voted for this administration and they're on Medicaid. If you're on Medicaid, they're getting ready to squash you. They're getting ready to squeeze the blood out of you. I'm telling you, hey man, it's time to tighten up and get yourself a second job. But if you're on Medicaid, boy,
wait, Rob, you say get a what? People are losing their real job.
Second job.
If they didn't have a hustle, they are jobless.
Yeah.
Rob, that's why when we started the program, for those of you that may be just joining us, at the beginning of the program, I said one of the things that I would love to see us do, I mean, not for anybody's sake other than yours, and so that you can reflect, is start a daily journal. And when I mentioned that I spoke at the church, one of the things, they always ask you, well, James T., what's your fee? I said, oh, come on, man. Yeah, wait, maybe I shouldn't say this, but yeah, hey, a fee to come and to speak about Black history or to serve. That's how I serve. That's how I get my blessings. But so what the lady who had the program did, Rob, she knew, has heard me talk about journaling. And she, as a matter of fact, I think in the little bag they gave 2 journals. Yeah, Rob, I hope that when people listen to you, that they're taking notes. Don't just say, okay, I'm gonna remember this or whatever. No, hey, take notes. Hey, because people are dialing me up on the phone while I'm on the air. They listen. Hey, get into the comments if you got questions or if you got comments. Hey, get into the comments, ask the question, express your thoughts or whatever, so that you really understand what's being said and how it affects you. I mean, because if you can get answers to some of the questions that you may have, it will help you so that you can help others.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. And that daily, I'm telling you, daily journaling, but I love it, Rob. I love to go back, because some of the thoughts that, hey, I thought I had, hey, sometimes I just need to hear it again.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm all about reducing my taxes all the time. So I do things in a tax reducing way, you know. So when I go to the dentist, which I go every quarter, I used to go every 6 months, but I go every quarter now, deep pockets, and I go every quarter to get my teeth clean. I use my HSA card because when they charge me, then I know it's a tax reduction.
Mm.
So I get to write it off. And even when I eyeglasses or ear check, and like I said, you want to be able to help yourself, and it's all kind of ways to help yourself, but you got to seek, ask, and knock. You got to ask, seek, and you got to knock. And James, how you say journaling is the beginning because you're reflecting and you're really having a conversation and taking care of your personal business, but you got to act on it. You just can't say, I'm going to do this, what I'm going to do, because time go by so fast. You got to be proactive. And if you don't do it now, when you going to do it? And a lot of people trying to wait for the best time. They're never going to be the best time. There's never a best time. You just dive in now. It's like you can't swim and you looking for the best time to learn.
Well, I say when they ask me questions like that, I say, "What time is it?"
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best. That's the time. Yeah.
But this program is for people who want to be progressive, who really want to take charge and do something. I can't make you love yourself. I can't make you invest your money. I can't. I can tell you, and I can demonstrate. I can tell you what has happened to me, how I have built my wealth. I built it over time, and just like Monday, I'm gonna be talking to a school, my second time, and when I left them on the first part of the financial literacy that I spoke to them about, I drilled into their head that while they're young, I want you to save at least 20% of every dollar you make. And I just want that to be a motto. If you start saving at least 20%, you can't say you can't do it. You can do it. You can do what you want to do. You can. And everything you're doing is because you want to do it. But if you gotta love yourself, and you gotta put money away. You gotta plant that money so it'll grow for you. You have to develop a habit. So I'm saying that when I'm telling you about look into an HSA plan, now you can go to different banks or go to different places. Now they charge all kind of fees. Robert Henderson, I do it. I investigate. So I go a place where it eliminates a lot of that. So if you want to know more about it, like I say, give me a call and I'll tell you, because I went there because they ain't gonna no fees. So that means I ain't making no fees off of it, but I like the benefit. I do stuff where it's for the good. I don't do stuff because how much money I'm gonna make. That's why people come to my office and talk to me and they got a problem and I got the solution. I'll tell them. It's not like, well, you got to pay me first. No, I'm not like that. And I know a lot of people say that I could be making a whole lot of money, but let me tell you, whole lot more money. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm blessed, until I don't. I can do what I want to do. I don't deserve to have a private. I don't care about having a private plane. You know what I mean? I don't want a boat. I ride your boat.
I'm not riding, bro. No, I'm not getting a boat. I get on a ship, but I'm not getting on a boat.
If you got a private plane, I love that, man. I got a friend with a private plane. I don't stop to the airport, but I ain't getting ready to put my money in no gas and fuel and maintenance on the plane. You know what I mean? When I can just go to the airport and get there. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? I just started flying first class, business class overseas. I used to say, nah, man, it's a seat. But then I made a mistake, and I was going to I was going to Thailand, and American Express had a 2-for-1, and that's a deal. That's the deal. They had a buy one get one free, American Express, and I didn't even have a platinum card. I said, hold on. You gotta have a platinum card. I called her. Give me a platinum card,
please.
give me that platinum card was it. I said, oh, y'all got buy one, get one free. And this is first class going to Thailand. Man, I said, now that's a deal. I got that platinum card. Man, it was buy one, get one free for me and Natalie. The problem is when I sat in first class going to Thailand. Oh Lord, I was coming to America. Oh man, they gave me champagne. I said, oh, I called Heisey, said, I ain't never going back. Only time I do fly back is when I'm going overseas and the flight is 10, 14 hours. Then I will do that. But if I'm going to New York and stuff, trust me, I'm looking to see who got the cheapest flight. Still today, ain't no saying my game. Can I go first class? Well, yeah, I can, but it don't make me happy. It may make y'all happy, make me happy. People say, Rob, why you ride around the Bentley or Rolls Royce? Because they don't make me happy. So anyway, on my daughter Heisey's different story.
Don't put Heisey out there.
No, I know Heisey love it. Y'all know it. Y'all hear her when she's talking, man. Heisey like, oh man, and all my children, they like the finer things. And they tell my wife Natalie, she act like she poor. Because my wife Natalie don't buy nothing unless it has the pink tag. 3 or 4 markdown tags on it, you know what I mean? And I say, but yeah, we have it, but I rather have my money to use my money the way I want to use my money and not to just show off. I don't care about that. They don't impress me. Okay. So that's why I'm telling you to look into a health savings. If you want to just research it, there's pros and cons. Now, I would say, the pros is you can use that and you can take a tax deduction and you can use it for anything medical. Now, I'm not sickly, so I don't go to the hospital, but I tell you one thing. One time, my wife, about 7 years ago, she had some problems. She's relatively healthy, and some women's problems. I don't want to say it on air, but anyway, she went there and she stayed in the hospital for a week. That bill came to $140,000. But since I had a high deductible, I only paid $8,000. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Whoa. And I just pulled it out of my HS, paid it, bam, got a tax deduction. Good. And that's something I'm telling you, you got to work smart,
Hey, working smart. Hey, if you have any comments, any questions, the comments.
Parnell told me Robert would never be bougie. I know, because Parnell asked me, he said, Rob, you trying to tell me with the money you got, you won't never sit on going to a basketball game and sit on center court. I said, listen, unless you're gonna buy the ticket, not on my money.
Right. I went to a Laker game with a friend. I was out for a major promotion or whatever. Boom. The promotion, about halfway during the promotion, everybody's excited. And my friend told me, he said, James T., when you see me at the door, boom, hey, let's go catch the second half of the Lakers game, right? So I happened to look up and saw him at the door. I excused myself. Boom, we jumped in the car. Boom, we were going. We pulled up. He had his parking space. When we walked through the lounge where, after the game, everybody hangs out. We start going down, 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 down. Got on the parquet. And Tatum O'Neal was seated in my chair. I had to ask her to, excuse me.
The actor.
Rob, now you think I would spend that kind of money just to who? As a matter of fact, that's the last Laker game I've been to, and we are not knocking anyone who chooses to do that,
right?
But we certainly hope that those who choose to even do that are also being wise about having, quote unquote, their money, earn the money. That's the key, earning the money to give you the lifestyle, that you want to live. Because my thing is, I look at money as seed, and I want to plant every day. Because if you plant every day, you'll get a harvest. At some point, you'll be harvesting every week, every month, every year. And it gives us that peace. I can't get peace at Walgreens, Walmart, Target, Heat game, Laker game, the warrior game. Hey, my peace comes during these times. Now during can you imagine? Hey, not worrying or fearing for yourself or your loved ones during times like these. That's where peace that passes understanding. That's what it means to me. Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah,
yeah. When
yeah.
everything is going good, everybody's can be peaceful. But when everything is not going well or as you expected, and you can still find peace, I believe that comes from the source. And there's only one source in my life.
Yeah, I'm reminded I think about, you ever seen that movie American Gangster
Oh.
with Denzel Washington? I mean, he was doing okay until you put on that mink stove, that coat, right? And they got him. You know what I mean? See, I believe in that. Keeping a low profile and just doing what you need to do. That's what I believe in. But listen, listen now. Norvik talking about Medicare insurance, PPO versus HMO. Okay, so matter of fact, Donna Jared Mays, we were with her. Let's have Donna Jared Mays come on Saturday. Donna, put a 1 in the comment if you can come on Saturday and talk about the affordable health care, and for people who are leaving their jobs or being fired or laid off,
Oh,
what they
that Rob.
what they can do in terms of medical insurance. Okay, and people want to know whether they should get a PPO or HMO. HMO really get a bad rap. The HMO really get a bad rap, and it gets a bad rap because a lot of people, friends and cousins, always say, and they're talking about you need a referral and all this kind of stuff. It really gets a bad rap. That somebody else giving you their experience may not be your experience. That's what I'm saying. And somebody else pocketbook, they're different than your pocket. I have people who don't have 2 nickels to call it a dime, and they say they want to get a supplemental plan. That's because their friend who got money got a supplemental plan. And so I want Donna, let me know if next Saturday, can you come and join me and James T to talk about because a lot of people being laid off, being fired. They're losing their job, and they're gonna have to go through this Cobra, or they'll have to go to they're trying to find alternatives. Me myself, like I don't go to I have an HMO, and now they just told me HMO, they changed it and upgraded HMO POS plan. So we'll talk about that. Some people feel like they got to have a supplemental plan, which costs more. And supplemental plan is like, if you in Florida, or if you in New York, or if you in California, you can go to any doctor, but that costs more to do that. Now, if you sickly, you don't know when you're going to break down, then maybe you need that. But you pay for that. But if you're not sickly, then you're paying a whole lot of money for it. So Donna said, I will call you to confirm. Hopefully we'll come in and we'll talk about that next, we'll talk about that next Saturday. Okay.
But Rob, along with that, and I do know people who, close friends and family. I've had conversations because, again, people are losing, and people have already been or lost their jobs within the last, few weeks. And many people are wondering, how are we going to make it? So whatever it is that you are, and we are our brother's keeper. That was the message that was for the Black History program at Friendship Baptist on last Sunday. Am I my brother's keeper? And then if you know who your brother is, yes, we are our brother's keeper. And I congratulate Rob all the time for he and his staff for what they do, and people like Donna Jared Mays also, who are reaching out to community. And we do referrals of people who are desperately seeking, what can I do, or how can I? So please share what what Robert shares with us, and also, again, like I said, subscribe, but check out and call the Henderson Financial Group so that your personal, situation can be handled, or you can be advised. Because Robert only advised you the decisions that you could make or he believes you should make. You make the final decision. Am I
That's
correct,
right.
Henderson?
That's right. That's why I say I can't make you. I'm just gonna tell you, give you the options. What's on door number one and what's on door number two. You pick it. I'm gonna tell you what's behind each door. Actually, it's not gonna be a surprise, but whatever's good for you. I don't want to. Before we leave, I don't want to not mention that I got the numbers for 2025. If you're an individual and you want to put money on an HSA card just for one person, a single person, you can put up the maximum. It's $4,300 that you can put into on the card, and you get a tax deduction for that. Now you don't have to use the card; you still get a tax deduction, but because some people put money on the HSS card and don't even use it when they go to the doctor for checkups or co-pays or prescription drugs or going to the chiropractor. There's so many things that you can use it for. Some people just put the $4,300 in there a year as a savings and investment plan, and it's tax-free. It's like a Roth. You follow me? So some people do that. That's $4,300 for year 2025. That's for individual. If you're a family, you and your wife, or you and your kids, you can put up to $8,550 a year and get a tax deduction and load the card up with that. That's the max you can put in it for 2025. And like I said, for 2024, you have up until April 15 to open the account to get deductions for last year when you file your taxes. That's something I'm telling you, don't sleep on that. And if you don't know how to do it, let me give you my telephone number and our website where you can set up an appointment and I can tell you where to go. I don't make a dime off that. I'm telling you, I don't make a penny off of it. But I'm just telling you because I get my blessings every time I help God people. Every time I help another soul. I'm telling y'all, man, it's amazing. I have figured out the secret. Every time Robert Henderson gives like with no strings and tell you guys something, boy, I don't know how, where, when it comes, but I get more knowledge, more information. And it seemed like the universe opens up and say, okay, tell him this so he can help my people. Give him this. I'm telling you, and every year it happens. So that's why I'm eager to share. And y'all know when y'all come to my office, y'all don't, I don't say, okay, you got to pay that, leave this with the receptionist, pay this. Y'all know that. So call 305-825-1444 and say, I want to talk to Rob more about that health savings, or I'm getting ready to retire, or what is the best move I should make, so and so and so and so, or I need to get my financial house in order, or I'm going to retire in the next year, 3 years, whatever. You give me a call, 305-825-1444. Or you can also, because I'm always busy, like James says, if I ain't doing nothing, there's something wrong.
So I call him.
So
you all right?
Yeah, that's right, James. You can always go to my website at www.the, you got to put the, because we are the Henderson Financial. We're not just Henderson Financial Group. We the Henderson Financial Group. All right. So you got to go to www.thehendersonfinancialgroup.com. www.thehendersonfinancialgroup.com. And from there, you can actually put your information in, make a appointment, and set up some time, and go to my calendar and say, hey, I want to see you. I want to talk to you, because you need to get more information. Now, nobody knows everything, so there's always something for you to learn. I want to say it again. Look at me, man. I mean, I just told y'all, every time I give, I learn more. It's always something that you can do. So Donna just confirmed I can do it, Robert. Okay, Donna. All right. So yeah, we're going to give you a preview. Donna Jarrett Mays. She's going to talk about healthcare, the Obamacare. She's going to talk about that next Saturday at 9 a.m. with James T and myself. There's some people who are leaving, who got laid off, who retired, but you want to save on healthcare. We're gonna take you behind the curtains and tell you exactly something that you probably didn't know. I'm pretty sure that you didn't know. And if you didn't know it, I want you to share it. But I want you, like James T said, when we do these programs every day, I want you to share it every Saturday. I want you to share it and you got to subscribe. We got to get our numbers up, our prescriptions. So you gotta prescribe. You got to prescribe to YouTube or prescribe and say, yeah, I like that. That's my thing. The Henderson Finance Group, understanding money. Yeah, you got to subscribe. Okay, so I want you to subscribe. Uh, and I guess you could just put a thumbs up or whatever, and let us know that you learned something. But yeah. All right. Any questions? Any comments? I mean, it's 10 o'clock. I know we came in 10:05, but we got 5 more minutes. I want to give y'all an hour. We got 5 more minutes. Anybody want to? Well, first of all, I want to thank you, Don. I want to thank you, Norvik Parnell. I want to thank y'all for signing in. Tracy Tompkins. Hey, brother. Tracy, we got to get together, me, you, and RB, so we can go with some things. You know that, right? Brenda Brown, good morning. Neil, Miss Redhead, Mr. Redhead, Mia the best, that best, Mia, Curtis Kegler, Curtis, man, I'll I think you asked me a question, you text me, and I just seen it this morning, so I'll get back with you. Denise Ward, good morning, always good to see you, hear from you. Helena, Helen Lee, Miss Dupree, we love you, Miss Dupree. Miss Dupree, I'm still getting calls. People want to know when the program's starting back up with the urban craft community service over there. Let me know when you guys are gonna be starting the next class so we can promote it here. And Nail Spa. So I want to say thank you, good morning to you all, and thank you all for tuning in. So make sure, like I said, that you guys subscribe to this. All right, Tracy, say you're waiting on me. Okay, so I'll book some time so we can go ahead and have a meeting of the minds. All right, so I hope you guys learned something. Don't sleep on that HSA. I'm always looking for tax deductibles, and then where you can save on taxes and you can get benefits. All right, call 305-825-1444. James, you got something? I know you're gonna pray for it, brother.
Okay, yeah. But I do want to say, Rob, that the Embrace Girls Foundation, I think you returned to them on Monday.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And the young people, Mrs. Velma Lawrence and her crew, oh man, they're doing an outstanding job in our community. And people listen all over, or may check this out all over. We encourage, as Robert says, we encourage others to support entities in our communities that are serving. Most people think, oh, there's nothing I can do. Yes, there's something you can do. Sometimes, your presence to an event that they may be sponsoring, you're finding out what they're about. The Embrace Girls Foundation here in South Florida is, along with the Urban Construction Crafts Academy, they're two programs that Robert and I really, really love and support. We know the people who are operating them, but they can't operate without our support. So look into your community, whatever. If I ask people who's serving in my community, if you don't know anybody that's doing anything or any organization that's doing anything, ask people, who's doing in our community. I remember when JM Pontiac had their event a few years back, and they were honoring people, community servants. And when they asked me about being honored, and friends of mine said, you got to be careful with James. Yeah. Well, my whole thing was, yes, they were going to give to some of the charities. But when I spoke and thanked them for the honor, I had, I think, at least 5 charities that I wanted to give to. And I had told them, I said, I'm not going to just find a charity that has the paperwork necessary to say that they're a nonprofit, because I know that there are people serving in our community that don't have that nonprofit status, but they're serving. And whether it's a church organization or whatever, and in our communities, folks, you know, it, we are the community. We are the kingdom, and what we should do in being kingdom, we should be serving others and helping them. So we're encouraging you. If you're in Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County, particularly, look for organizations in Dade County, the Urban Construction Crafts Academy, along with Embrace Girls Foundation, with Velma Lawrence. Hey, find out what you can do to help, because they are starting with our young girls at the Embrace. And oh man, if you haven't been to the Urban Crafts Academy, the last time we went there, Brother Bill took me, and like you say, behind the curtains, Rob. I didn't know those buildings were back there in areas where they were training these young men and young women to be so productive. Yeah. So I always tell Bill, hey, whatever I can do, to support. So please, 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 this is how we get through these times that we're in to get to the greater that God has for us. So my prayer comes from my brother from Edmond, Oklahoma, I think it is. He says, my prayer is that light will flood your hearts and you will understand the hope given to you when God chooses you. Then you will discover the glorious blessings that will be yours together with all God's people. May we be blessed so that we can be a blessing and that God may be glorified. For truly, He is the source and He is SOVEREIGN. I don't care who's president, Senate, Congress, Supreme Court. Hey, God is sovereign and He's our source. Y'all have a nice day.
Hey, let the church say amen.
Amen.
Y'all take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Be safe and take care of yourself. Much love. Got to go. Same time, same station. Remember, mark your calendar because next week we're going to talk about health insurance with Donna Jarrett Mays and the benefits and what's the HMO and a PPO and a supplemental plan. We're going to break it down to you like a 6-year-old. Okay. So be here and have your family tune in and share. Much love to you. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye-bye. Same time, same station.